We are here looking at the Honor Magic 8 Pro Air. If you are interested in a full in-depth review on this device, link is in the description. I've created one on the channel. However, in this video, I'm just covering the camera for this device. So here's what I had to say. When we go to the camera, the camera experience looks quite similar across all the other Chinese brands, typical stuff like night mode, portrait, and etc. On the photo mode, your two most common filters that are going to be going to are the default and the natural. I prefer the natural as it gives you the more true to life, but the default gives you more like a vibrant look. Now these are very interesting filters here. I guess this is what they're trying to pitch you. The magic color, I think it looked horrible just there. You saw just a lot of purple. Not sure why you want to use that, but yeah. Let's go back to that. And then when you go to video and the pro modes, you can do that sort of thing. And these are the other modes here. Now, as far as the camera goes, from my experience, I wouldn't rank it as the best camera in this kind of a small compact size. If I had to choose, I'd go for the Pixel. And then if I had to choose after that, I'd honestly, even though I'm an Android lover, would go for an iPhone. The camera here is really heavy on the AI enhancement. It smooths out in a way where I don't like it. You can disable stuff like that. By default, these phones like to enhance a lot of skin smoothing. So you see there's like a lot of So there's a lot of beauty stuff going on there. So I do not like that. So go ahead and disable that. But anyways, the camera is not that great. So it's okay in daylight, but again, skin smoothing from that enhancement is pretty heavy. And then when it gets to night, it does even worse, and it just kind of overkills. But enough talking. I have some samples, a few of them, so you can see. And once we get over that, come back and review and wrap up. 1080, 30 frames per second, lowering the quality, just seeing what that looks like now compared to the 4K. This is now 1080 and doesn't look too bad right now, but in post I noticed that it looks really jittery in the 1080 and 4K, but again, these are harsh conditions that I'm putting the camera to the test. So now let's bring in that flash, and this is 4K, 60 frames per second. It's about 8 p.m. So it's about 8 o'clock, 4K, 60 frames per second, 4K, 60 frames per second. Obviously you can't even see me. That's because the flash is off, but this is what the front selfie looks like. So here we are now, 1080, 60 frames per second with the Honor. And just as I'm going and changing it, there is this shift in the color. I'm not sure if you see that, but obviously light is, changing as I'm moving the phone. So it's not doing too great about, picking up color changes. Even the initial change from 4K to 1080, the walls changed a little bit with a little bit more yellow, but I mean, still pretty good. And I mean, this is an Air phone, so not too bad. Here's a look at 1080, 60 frames per second with the Honor. I think it's doing a pretty good job. I mean, I've used other phones. If you look in the channel, it's not changing drastically, like keeps color consistent as I'm moving across. It's not dimming or, dimming up or down. Light is consistent, not too bad. Now, if we go 4K, 60 frames per second, still doing a pretty good job of maintaining that exposure. As you see, as I'm turning, there's no sudden change in lighting. There was a little bit there, but that's from the lamp. The color is, I wouldn't say on point. I mean, it's pretty good. It's not true tone, though these walls are giving, through the camera lens, a bit of like pale, like green or yellow, but they're actually more of like a cream. Yeah,